Hey y'all. Oh my goodness. Let me close these blinds. Marco is coming in. I gotta find out what's his name. Hey you guys. We're trying to get this thing rolling. It is 7:13 on this beautiful what's the day? Thursday evening. And we are about to rock and roll, and I'm gonna blow your mind a little bit. If I, y'all, I'm kind of known for that already. So, but this is about to be next level. We are just getting started. And so, we've been talking about branding and being more professional in your real estate business and really just setting yourself up for success, because this is a business, right? This is why we got started in it, to build your business, build a real estate business in 90 days. And with that, it's so many different moving parts, different aspects, different, groups involved in, creating the business that you need in order to stand out, step out, and really be taken serious in the real estate industry, because it is a lot of people involved in the industry and you're up against so many different people. And unless you have a unique a unique standpoint, something to really bring to the market to get people's attention, to catch their attention, and really just um what's the word I'm looking for? Get your vision across, with one, look, or one video, or one word, or, one slogan, then you're just going to get lost in the sauce with everybody else. And so my goal here tonight is to, bring Marco in to teach you guys about, what makes the difference between you getting ignored and you getting, you getting some attention or getting the results that you're actually looking for. So, we're going to talk about more about what it should look like and what's the actual benefits of, why you should have different marketing materials, different networking materials, and just an overall, visual aspect of your business, right? Because it's one thing just to have an LLC, a name for your business, and say, yeah, I'm in business. But does your business actually speak business? Does it actually yell business from the streets, right? So when somebody comes across your business, do they recognize your name? Do they recognize you? Do they know anything about you? And that could be the difference of actually, not having anything in place versus actually having a whole package put together that, follows you everywhere you go, right? And so when you see certain logos like the McDonald arches, that's McDonald's. It can simply be on a piece of paper somewhere, and that's McDonald's. And so when somebody hears door openers, I need them to see the door openers logo and know that, hey, this is door openers, this is Mashika's company, and she does this, that, and the third for the community, right? And so you should want the same thing for yourself. And so with that, I'm bringing in a marketing professional, a branding professional, just a overall business professional who knows his stuff. And for me, I have a standard, right? I just don't let any and everybody, touch my stuff, be involved with what I got going on, because I have a kingdom mindset. And so with that, you can't just have everybody, having hands in the pot and just giving you whatever they think looks good, right? And so with that, you want somebody to take hold of your vision. And what I what I like to say is, Marco, put some Marco on it, right? Have somebody take your vision and literally breathe life into it on the visual aspect of it, right? And even on your team side, right? When you start hiring people, you want to make sure that you're hiring the right people that understand your vision and carry it out. So at the end of the day, 10, 20 years down the road, you're like, oh my God, I did not see this coming at all. And so that's what Marco does for me personally when it comes to just branding. And when I ask him to put together something, for just a visual effect or to bring to the market, to introduce my brand or reintroduce my brand or whatever I have going on business wise. And so he does a lot. He's packed with so much goodness, I should say. And he really just blows me away every time I ask him to do something. And I don't say that lightly, because somebody might be thinking, oh, Michelle, you're just saying that because he's your guy. No. Like, when I say it's really mind-blowing, the things that he puts together, it really is. Like, he has a true gift. And I want to bring that gift to the world, and I want to only bring you guys the best. And so when I say he's the best, he's the best. You can trust that. And so I'm gonna have him come in and show us what he has as far as just availability to you guys. What he can do with your vision, your ideas concerning logos and marketing materials and things of that nature, and then kind of run with it. Hey, Grandma. So with that, we're gonna let him come on in and we're gonna let him talk about branding. I'm gonna ask him some questions and things of that nature to get the ball rolling, so you guys can understand, what you're being brought, and what you kind of trusting yourself with moving forward on, if that makes sense. Marco, you ready?
I am. I am.
Okay, let me share my screen right quick. Let's see. Okay, if y'all can see Marco, let me know. Marco, waves to the people, say hello.
Hello, hello, everybody.
So, guys, this is Marco Rivera. He is the man with the plan. He is my marketing master. And I trust him with all my marketing needs, all my branding needs. And he's a part of the mentorship that I'm a part of. So that's how we kind of caught wind of each other. I was telling everybody, I need this, I need that. I want to get serious about my branding. And they mentioned him, and I never look back ever. Like, he can't get rid of me even if he wanted to. And so with that, he's here. Y'all, come up with questions, anything you may have for him. He's full of love, joy, everything in between. He's a really good guy. So if I put my name behind him or I put him out on the stage, then best believe you're in good hands for sure. So welcome to Close This Collab, Marco.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Mashika. Thank you for all the collab followers here, co-assisting together.
Yes.
It's really good to see you really doing this with everybody. My name is Marco, as she said. I've been graphic designing for over a decade now. And, um, I met Mashika in the mentorship. Just running across posts and a buddy of mine, putting my name on one of her posts, and then we just clicked. And from there, I helped her in her branding. So, as a side note, I'm also in real estate, as you can see. And, this type of business and learning how to do it as far as branding yourself and making yourself credible to your client um, really helped me actually get into real estate a lot easier, finding ways to get into it. Now, today I was just going to go over a couple of things that, you definitely want to look into when you're going into these types of um, real estate businesses, right? And that's presentation, you know. Presentation is, especially if you're door knocking or if you're trying to reach out to people through media or whatever the case may be, there's always something attached behind that, and that is a person. And the client needs to know who that person is, right? I experience this every day. I get a random text in my phone, no name, no photo, no nothing. It's just a random text. You don't know who it is. Most likely, it's rare that I answer those texts. It's rare that I even entertain that text, right? And so these text blasts and stuff like that, it works sometimes. Most times, it's really hard. And there's systems in place where you can brand these things. Make sure you put a face behind the message, a link for a landing page, some sort of, hey, this is who we are. I'm not just a ghost with no name, no nothing, just a number and a text. So these type of things is things that I look into and I help people with. And so branding is very important. When you get to a certain level of deals in real estate, you'll start to realize that quickly catch on. Clients want to see something. They want to see, well, who do you work for? You know, do you have a website? What's your business card? Can I have your business card? There's so many things that you at first you're not really thinking about it because you just want to go get those deals.
Right.
And you know, um, we all been there. It's happened. It happens. And sometimes you will get a deal without even doing this, and that can be just fate. You
Mm-hmm.
just landed with the right person. Um, but most times, you know, clients want to see credibility and they want to
Absolutely.
see something behind what it is that you're doing, because fortunately we live in a world where there's a lot of scams and it's hard to trust um, people.
Right.
So, um, things that I do for the community, I do help a lot of the mentorship students in my group. Outside the mentorship, I help people figure out how to brand themselves if they do want to brand. If they have a logo in mind, how to bring that to life. Um, and I kind of counsel them. I'm not just like a hire for, hey, can you get this logo done? And then that's all we do. I just deliver the logo and then bye.
Mm-hmm.
I actually give you strategic ways to use it. I go over things for you to use, and I give you so that you can then take into your computer and repeat use some of these things like flyers and banners and things of this sort so that you can always change them up at your convenient time. So I just don't give you a still image where you're like, you got to use the same thing over and over and like you can't do any changes. So having the ability to make changes to the things that I've already given you allows you to really go a long way with what you have. And that's important.
Mm-hmm.
I know clients that have purchased items from me and they'll just use the one logo. They won't use the banner, they won't use the flyer. And it's because they don't know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
They they're stuck, right? They just know, okay, I'm going to put the logo here, or I'm going to take the logo and get a business card. But the rest of the stuff, they fumble
Mm-hmm.
and started to pick that up. So I started to make sure that on every order, I'm talking to them and we have a Zoom, we go live. I literally show them on the computer screen exactly what they can do with free programs. There's programs that you can do this with so easy from your computer. And it's as easy as you just go over the text, erase what's there, write something else on top, change the logo to something else by just literally clicking on the picture. Really cool, simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
Can,
wanted to actually
can I chime in
go
right quick,
over,
Marco?
yeah,
Okay, so when Marco say like he counsels, like he is the master consultant. I have never ever dealt with anybody when it comes to just branding and logos, right? Because when I thought about like a brand for my business, I just thought logo, right? And so when I read it to Marco, like he's telling me we're gonna have these meetings and these sessions, and he's gonna hold my hand through the whole process, and he's gonna, care about my needs and my wants, and he's gonna check everything by me before we close. Like I was just used to going to Fiverr and saying, trying to go through the people's portfolios and figure out who has enough off about themselves to get what I want done. And for me, I'm a very complex thinker, right? So when I come up with something, Marco might have to say, Michelle, let's tone that down a little bit. That's a little busy, right? And so, for to have that personal touch where I can literally be involved in the process where he's building my stuff out and he's taking my vision and putting it into this masterpiece was a big deal to me, right? Because I'm a big people person, right? And I love relationships. And so I want to feel that, I'm taken care of and that I'm being done right. And the only way you can do that is by being involved. And so when you deal with people on Fiverr and you just chat and them like, we can't get on the phone, we can't talk, I can't see your face, and like he spoke to, it's all about the trust factor, right? And so that's what kind of drew me more to Marco and say, you know what, this guy really has my best interest at heart. If he's gonna take the time out of his day to actually involve me in the design process and, ask me what I really want, pick my brain, make me think about stuff that I never thought about. And so he really gave me a business mindset on the branding side that I never even considered before, because for me, it just stopped at logo, right? Like, let me just get a logo, let me get my name, my LLC, and I'm
It's for
good.
most people too, Mashika. It's really what it is for most people.
Yes.
It's
So
true.
we just, and when he say package, right? He say people just think about a business card and a logo. Like, he gives you so much stuff, and it's stuff that he's giving me that I haven't even used. So I'm one of them people that he's probably talking about, and it's just like, you have to put yourself in a position to be able to use them, right? If he gives you a marketing piece like a postcard, right? Do direct mail so that you can use the postcard because you paid for it, right? If he gives you the flyer so you can send out to your buyers if you're wholesaling deals, or if you put out a deal that you want to sell a finance to the community, use the flyer, right? And like he said, he doesn't just stop at giving you a still image. He takes you through a little mini course of how to use, these free apps to actually create or change it, right? Now, for me, I'm not going to do that. That's just not my style. I'm just going to call Marco and say, Marco, I need this, this, and this done. Can you do it?
That's so true.
Yes. And so it's literally like he has made the virtual experience so much like walking into a shop, in your local town and say, listen, this is what I want. Can you help me? And even with that, I feel like even walking in the shop, I still don't get the same experience that Marco gives me. And it's almost like I feel spoiled in the And so that's how I was stuck from day one, because I'm like, whoa, this kind of treatment over a logo, some branding. Oh, you know what? Don't worry, I ain't going nowhere. And I think I said that on the first review I gave him on Fiverr. So I was literally blown away just by the experience and the treatment that I got. Like, bump the logo, bump the branding. It was the experience for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab my charger real quick. Give me a second.
Okay. But yeah, so when he talks about just distinguishing yourself, like with his text messages and stuff like that, they do get the text messages across their phone, right? And we have little ways of trying to catch their attention, but is that really professional, right? And so if you could touch on that, Marco, about like texting, because I've gotten to the point now where you created is it on my computer? I'm gonna just show the people as it is. But he created me a little business card. He kind of did it as a demo so I can see how it will look on a actual desk. And he created that for me. And I've started sending it out when people say, hey, can I, get your contact information or whatnot. And I just send them the thing. And it looks real professional or whatnot. And
Do you have your Do you
trying
have your stuff, or
I'm trying to let me see.
I think I have your stuff in a folder.
Yeah,
I
you
always keep
probably
my
can
stuff.
find it way faster than
Yeah,
mine.
I'm most likely.
Yeah, but it was the
Um,
one where it was on the business card stand on the desk. That's what I've started sending to sellers. That right
oh,
there.
okay, got you. The table thing.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I
Got you.
send to
Got you.
sellers when
That
they
was
ask for
through.
my
Yeah, that
contact
was the
information.
collab thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the
So
one with the U.S. map and everything, right?
no. That was on that was for door openers. You can send it to me, and I feel like it's on. I have it somewhere. I don't think I have it on my laptop. It's on my other computer, but it's the door openers business card, and it's on a brown table, and it's on a little wire rack that holds the cards. I probably have to.
Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Can
You're
you?
talking about um this right here.
Yeah, try to share it
You
on your
tell.
side.
I can probably yeah, I probably can do this, Mishika. I can probably pull up the window here, and I can literally, I think I can um, share just that one window thing, right? That's what you're talking about right there, now.
Yup, that's it. Let me pin it so they can see it bigger. That's what that's what I send to sellers who ask for my contact information, right? So I got my name on there, the logo, my phone number, my website, my email address. They got it all in one place, right? And like you don't get that. You don't get that from nobody. They just send you a little contact save or something like that. So that's
Yeah.
what I started sending to people right there. So with texting, like what could I send in a text instead of saying like, "Hey, do you want to sell your property on 123 Rainbow Road?" Like what can I send? Give me some ideas.
Well, um, one thing that you can do is you can do like one of those one-sided those little what do they call them? Not postcards. They're
Pamphlets.
yeah, yeah, like those.
Okay.
And you can have your one side just mainly be your brand.
Mm-hmm.
On the back side, you can have the phone number, email, name, fax, things that they can reach out, and you can write a little message. Like your thing was you wanted to do what was it?
The co-living.
Making the impossible possible, one
Yeah,
door at a
one door
time
at a
was your
time.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a catchy phrase for door openers. It
Mm-hmm.
was it was perfect for the logo itself. And it's simple stuff. You don't gotta do like look how simple the business card could be. One side is the logo with the door, the title of the company, and if you have a slogan, and the other one is just information, simple information, the most basic information: phone number, website, fax, and that's it. A business card is something crucial. Now, I did show Mashika she can take it a step further. So this is be more for local, right? But let's say you really want to brand yourself when it comes to network events. Network events is the best solution for anybody starting real estate to get connected to people that are already doing what they're doing. And you can just come in and be a part of the process of a deal and be able to gain experience. Maybe at first you won't get come out with anything, but maybe on your second or third um, try, now you got people. Hey, here's $1,000 for helping me bring that deal to the table. Here's $1,000 for finding me the buyer for this deal. Not now you start to realize that servicing people and being a go-giver sometimes can actually lead to other things aside what you originally went in there for. So one thing I wanted to share with you guys was, is how do I is this sharing my whole screen or only this window?
It depends on what you had clicked to share. It might just
Okay,
be that
so I'm
window.
gonna I'm gonna go ahead and have my window
Okay.
up. We're gonna go here. So this is something that I use, guys. This I never created this app. This is a free app. It has services too that you can um, subscribe to if you wanted to really like full blown take advantage of this stuff. And the stuff is actually pretty cool what you can do. But with the app, you can literally put a photo of yourself. You got a slogan of your company. You got your name, what you do. You can put all these things here. And on your phone, there's a little button right around this area here, around below the email or above the email below, and it'll say send. And all you do is press that little button, and you just have this screen show up, and they just scan your phone. All they gotta do is scan this. If they don't have an iPhone and they have an Android and the Android can't scan it, that's okay. You just copy the link and you just text it over to them. That easy. And once they get this over on their phone, Hi, the app, gives you back their phone number and their email, because they end up sending it to, and when they hit here, they send it to their email. All their contacts go straight to the email, and it then gives you the option to go ahead and save on your phone. So they have everything from my Instagram, my phone number, my PayPal for email. So they already have it ahead if they want to do, anything with me. My portfolio website, all these things. And I do this thing also in the real estate side of things for private lending,
Mm.
right? I have another one that's specifically for that. And um, it's so easy. Everybody that comes up, hey man, I heard you're a private lender. I really want to work with you. I got 2 deals on the way. Great, grab my contact, scan. Oh, that's so cool. That's all I gotta do? Yeah, that's all. Just email it to yourself. It's gonna give me a number in your email. I'll make sure to mark you down, for your city or your state.
That's pretty
And they're
cool.
just blown away,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
cool right there. And
And
then
it's
does this work the
yeah.
same like if I have an iPhone? Because we talked about it early on about doing a airdrop thing. And so does this work if I do it as an airdrop and just drop it on everybody's phone in my vicinity?
You can
Or
do all kinds of things with this app.
okay.
There's so many ways that you can do it. They literally have like 5 ways that you can get this information over to someone else. Um, it's a really, and there's other. I'm not saying that this is the only one, right? I have others too. There's a lot more out there
Mm-hmm.
that you can use free that would allow you to be creative. At first, if you want to do something like this, um, and then venture out. But it says something. When someone asks you for your business card, and you got a fancy app pulled up with all your information, it speaks to them. They tell me literally to my face, "That's so cool. That's so neat. Oh, you fancy." These are the comments I get. And it's all about, again, being able to market yourself the easiest way when you're going to places, whether that's to visit a client, whether that's to go to a network event. You want to make yourself an easy brand, an easy way for people to receive the information that they need from you. You know, that's just one tip that I can give you there. Um, Typically, I also wanted to run you guys down with the presentation process. So I just don't deliver a logo like Mashika said. This is not like you buy a logo, you tell me that you want a panda bear with a house, and I just give you a logo with a panda bear in a house, and I say goodbye.
We
Thank you
not
for your
having
service.
it.
I need to make sure that what you're bringing to the table makes sense for what you're trying to brand, right? Because if you bring an idea that you want to be a real estate investor in Tampa for luxury condos, and you want your logo to be a Mercedes Benz with a house, let's say, that doesn't speak to me. You're a luxury condo real estate. What's with the Mercedes Benz and what's with the house? That has nothing to do with what you're trying to do in your business,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I do respect people's idea. So what I do is I pick their brain and I make sure that they are really set in stone on what they want, or is that something that they were just thinking of, but they're not really sure, but that's what they're going with. So I help people with that. This is an example of um, someone that I helped actually that's in real estate. It was a couple, um, and they lived in Texas, and they originally wanted a logo to be just the title, um, Next Level Z, and then investment underneath, and then just like a real estate
picture, right? And I asked them, okay, well, where do you guys stay at? Where do you guys live? You know, what type of business you guys are doing? And I went into those things and I started to put those things together. And I said, why don't we make a logo that not only has your title in it, but has it in a creative way. And we can also give it a Texas vibe, right? Texas feel. And we went into this idea of a wood feel for the logo where we can have some cactus in there, right? That speaks Texas, the mountains, right? Landscape, sunsets, right? So all these things, and we brought this idea together, and they fell in love with it when I showed them the presentation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because at first you see this, you see a silhouette, just a black and a white logo, and I give you different colors, but then I go ahead and I put your logo into a mock-up, meaning that these 4 layers right here, down here, they're vector files. So you can turn them into anything, whether that's an engraving on a door, whether that's a billboard on the interstates. These things are scalable to the smallest size, to the biggest size, and you can do a million things with them, literally, because that's what they're for. But people would just take this like one black logo, this one white logo, and they would just put on a business card, and then that's it. That's the use for their logo. That's all they wanted it for. And you know, when I think about that, that's good at the beginning, but what about the future?
Right.
You know, our mentor, he uses this logo here. And at first it was a symbol of what he does, which is subject to, sub two. So he used a peace sign for the number 2. But now, when anybody sees this little hand, they don't even think about a peace sign or anything, but anybody who knows Pace immediately knows that's a student.
Mm-hmm.
That's someone that's working with Pace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he brands this and everybody knows what it stands for, what it is. He has merch. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
And that's
the
what
brand
really
goes
helps
beyond.
it, the
Yeah.
merch, because he just passes it out, right? And so people get excited
Mm-hmm.
about it and they post the pictures everywhere on their Facebook pages and social medias. And so, like, get into merch, right? Order about, 20 to 100 shirts or hats and give it out to people. Who doesn't
Yeah.
want a free shirt or a free hat?
And the thing is that that's future marketing, right? Because when
Mm-hmm.
Pace gave these hats to the mentorship students, right, and the ones that are outside and that buying the hats, what what these hats are really doing is marketing for him without him having to pay you a single dime. He
Mm-hmm.
he the whole point of branding is being able for your brand to be somewhere else and it's marketing for you. Oh, she just closed down a house. Um, I like that shirt. What do what's your company about? Oh, well, we do these type of deals and we're creative this way and things like that. And it all starts there. They want to know, how'd you get such a good deal on this house? Oh, I hooked up with this company. This is their name. If you have a business card, here's the business card.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have that app, hey, scan this. It has all the information. But um, branding is very important. And I give you when I give you a portfolio, I present the realism of your logo in an actual space
Mm-hmm.
where you want to be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got to think future. When you get a logo, it's not just for the moment. It's not just for for just the time being. Sometimes it is because you want to rebrand sometimes down the road when you realize, man, this stuff is actually important. I need to rebrand. But if you try to take a little bit of time and try to do it at the beginning, that might last you longer. It might not be till 10 years till you need to rebrand because you did it somewhat actually to your, um, to your abilities at the
Mm-hmm.
moment that you did it, right?
Yeah, where
Because you
you are
can't
in the
predict where you're going to
process.
go 10 years. But
Mm-hmm.
been 10 years, you realize I'm at a different level. I need to rebrand, right? And so you go a different route, and sometimes you have to do that. But to be able to visualize your logo in different ways, which is what I do, is very important because it has utility in many different scenarios. If you're going on media, there's a different type of branding that you need to do in the media. If you go on paperwork, there's a different type of branding that needs to go on paperwork, right? You can't use the same thing on everything. It doesn't work that way. So
did y'all catch that? Because I'm telling y'all, when it came to the mindset of just business, when I say that I feel like I had went through a master class with Marco, I'm like, what do you mean I just can't do this, or I can't do that, or I gotta do it this way? Like, can I just slap my logo on it and call it a day? And he's like, no, Mashika, that's not, you need to do it this way only for this, avenue, right? And it really makes a difference because you don't want to just put some little paper flyer that you took a picture of on your phone, that you printed out and took a picture of on your phone, and slap it on social media. Like, somebody may read it. Like, I saw in our group, Marco, I don't know if you saw this, but they took a picture of the actual thing they was going to put on somebody's door, right? In my mind, I'm looking at the paper, it got a crease down the middle. I'm like, you couldn't get a fresh sheet and post a picture of it, right? And then
I know exactly what you're talking about now with that post.
And then I'm like, where's the color, right? So if I was walking, my dog or something, and I'm on a sidewalk and the paper just happens to be there, I'm just gonna walk by it. But if it's bright and it's vibrant, right, I might take a little look at it and see that it's something that interests me, right? And so it's all about the presentation and the way you do things. You can't just have the same way of doing things or the same mindset for every single thing, especially when you're thinking longevity. And that's what we're doing here, is we're setting you up in the very beginning stages, I'm telling you. Because when you get years down the road and you're just not thinking about this thing, you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt day in, day out. Like, why I just didn't do this sooner? Like, how many dollars did I miss out in the beginning? How many relationships, how many contacts did I miss out because I didn't have it together in the beginning? And so consider yourself lucky that, somebody's actually taking the time to give it to you now. Right. And not just give you something just to say we did something, but giving it to you and putting the actual research and the data behind it, based off of just human beings, right? What we care about, what we want to think or feel when we see your stuff, what does it make us, want to do? What does it call it? What kind of actions does it call us to take? Right. And it's all about the mind and the psychology of it all. And so when Marco brought that to me, I'm like, you know what? You're in charge of this stuff. You just let me know, and I'm going to just do whatever you tell me. And that'll be that, because it can be a lot, right? But that's when the professional comes in, because if you're not dealing with somebody who's truly educated in these things, then you're going to miss so much on the back end of it that you don't even know about. And so when I met Marco, he brought me into a whole nother world that I just didn't know about. And to this day, I'm grateful.
Thank you. But she's absolutely right, guys. It's important to be open to, and the thing is, it's branding has a cost. But I can tell you from experience, it's nowhere near the cost of running a business.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what makes you run a business? Being able to execute the marketing of your business, because your business is nothing if you can't get it in front of people.
Right.
And the ways you got to get your business in front of people is the only way that will probably be here for the rest of our lives. And that is marketing, flyers, bandit signs, whatever. You need designers to make them appealing to someone, I see banners, bandit signs everywhere in my city.
Child.
But I pay attention to the ones that catch my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are just in tape with paper around a stop sign or something, like I don't even pay. I don't even know what it is. I just like, oh, there's a paper there. I just keep
Right.
driving.
Or the
But when I see a
handwritten
bandit
ones.
sign with colors and it's like stuck to the ground, they got a picture of the logo, and like I actually look at that. I'm like, ooh, let me get that number real quick. That person is buying houses. He lives in my area. I need to get to know this person. And to me, I have a different eye of looking at things, right? Because I'm a designer. But it's about being able to help those that do work with me, being able to see things that way, and opening that mind for them on that behalf. And that's really what I try to bring to the table, that is helping a lot of stuff to students and people that I help on my freelance platforms across all kinds of different sites around the world. It's not even in the US. This is something that just fits for everybody everywhere. And so one of the things I also go into is banners. The media is a powerful tool for marketing where you don't have to go anywhere. You can sit in your couch and literally take a banner that you had someone do for you, or that you took and edit yourself. These banners right here, they're all the ones that I gave my clients. They're edible. I make files that they can open up, and they can go in there and they can literally hover over the text, erase the text, and put whatever they want on it. They can change these logos from white to black to all the different colors that I gave them. They can take this photo out and they can pop another photo in here, and it goes right inside that border. Everything gets tucked in, and you're able to advertise properties that you have in hand right now on your banner, instead of just putting a post about it.
Yep.
Switch your banner every time you want to advertise a property. You got a sweet looking banner, and you're also posting about it. So anytime when they'll go back and redirect them to your page, they also see the same deal already on your banner. So they know it's an active deal. And it's all about just pushing you. When you have a deal, you want to dispo it as fast as possible if you're not going to hold it. So the only way that's going to happen is just what? Marketing.
Right.
And marketing is contacting, putting up the information for other people to see that you might not ever get to reach or contact.
Exactly.
But they can reach you because you put the information up there for them to reach you.
And not even that, Marco. Like, I mean, thinking about it, you can say what you're looking for, right? Have people bringing you leads. I mean, how many friend requests do we get a day, right? And most of the people that's on our profiles are normal people. And so with that, they click on your profile being nosy, and they say, we're looking for houses, and Columbia, South Carolina, send us anything that you have, and you put down a little broken down house on there, you'll start getting stuff out of nowhere. So it's all about thinking outside the box and utilizing everything that you have at your disposal to, reach the goals or accomplish the goals that you're trying to reach, right? And so this is what it's all about. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I don't think about this stuff, right? Y'all see my babies are on my header on Facebook, right? And then here Marco comes blowing my mind again and say, you know what? First of all, when I see it, I'm like, you know what? I need this on a billboard. Like, I'm ready for Marco to design my billboard image, because we're going big. Like, put me on a billboard, put door openers out there, because I'm tired of seeing Jeff Cook Real Estate. If you in Columbia, do you know? And he has taken over the town, Marco, with all these different billboards. He does not have one billboard that's the same. It's all different images, and all you see is Jeff Cook Real Estate,
Man.
Jeff Cook Real Estate. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to beat out Jeff Cook Real Estate, and I need door openers up here.
That's funny. And one thing that you brought up, and that makes just a circle around this, is Mashika has a point here. It gives you an edge over others in your niche. Whatever it is that you're doing gives you that much of an edge for a client to choose you over someone else.
Right.
you would think that that wouldn't be the case, but man, are you so wrong.
I'm telling
There's, I
you.
can tell you of a million dozen times where my branding helped me get a deal over someone else because they didn't have credibility. They just didn't have anything. They didn't have a landing page. You know, they didn't have proof of funds, which is something that also is really good with marketing when you're working with a client on a deal. These type of things. And flyers are very powerful. You know, when you're in the business like me, I'm a private lender in the real estate world. And when people bring me deals, I expect that what they bring me has everything that I need to know about that deal. I don't want to do any work aside making sure the numbers are right and the comps are right and I can see the photos in the property, that kind of thing. But as far as like your presentation to me, I don't need to be asking you questions like, what's the ARV? What's the PTI? What's this? What's that? You left everything out. I can't really work with you. So you make a flyer and you organize the flyer. I have so many flyers. There's people that have literally a buyer's attraction flyer. It's pretty much, they put this neat presentation and all they do is they change the photos of the property and the numbers in this laid out flyer, and it lays out everything from ARV to what the reno is going to be, what's the assignment fee going to be, everything. So they can literally see all the numbers is presented in the most easiest way for a buyer to just be like, man, this person is organized. This is probably one of the best buyers or deals presentation I've seen. This guy looks serious and this deal looks good. It's all about presenting. It's all about presentation. If you want to increase your buy, if you want to grab someone like me, a private lender, you got to bring me a deal and you got to present that deal in the most impressive way that you can. You can't just say, hey, I got a deal for you. It's in this area. And ARV is this, and this is where I locked it in for, and then just leave it at that.
Or
that doesn't tell me nothing.
Or
you
send
know?
that same old janky email that everybody else seeing, just white and bland and gonna get looked over. But you send something put together. Like, show us a flyer, Marco, that you put together for a property. I think you got one in my folder if you don't have another one.
Yeah, I got this is, let me see if I can bring this one up that I just did for an event. Let's see here.
Okay.
It's probably the easiest one that I could bring up.
Okay.
For that was most recent. Here, let me see if I can bring this. I'll go back. Okay, right here. So window.
And this one selling the
Here
property.
it is. So this was for an event that just passed not too long ago in Jacksonville. And Hung, which is the person you see down here, he is a buddy of mine here in Florida, Orlando, and he's using me for private lending, Airbnb specialist, and then you got the Airbnb king over here, Noah. So these guys came down. April Giuliano is she was the accountability leader for Jacksonville for the entire sub-2 mentorship community in that area. But he called me the day prior to this event, and he wanted me to put a flyer together for him within a 2-3 hour span, so that he can post it that same night so that he can have people go to this event, right? And he wanted me to make sure it has certain things. He wanted it to be a JB Deal Help networking event. He wanted it to be an Airbnb specialist event. And he wanted it to be a creative network event. So what do? I list exactly what it is. You need JB Deal Help? Check.
You need Airbnb specialist? Check. Creative networking? Check. What that telling the reader is this list that you're looking for, you're gonna find it here, right? I'm sending a message when I'm saying check, I got you. And it's all about just the presentation, you know, being able to make sure that people understand what time is it going to be at. Oh, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. is right there. April 6th. You can't miss it.
And
Meetup, real estate.
This would be ideal for step number 7 on the worksheet from last night, right? About building out your real estate team. So if Marco was to put this together for you guys, put your logo of your business up there, your business name, you know, your picture, and then every real estate professional that you're looking for, list that out and start getting people to reach out to you, so you're not making 1,001 calls, right? Because how many times have you asked for, like, you know, the best soul food in Columbia, South Carolina, and people just start tagging people left and right, left and right? It's all in one place. You don't have to pump the streets for this stuff if he just simply puts this together for you. List out real estate attorney, you know, title company, contractors, you know, painters, whatever is on there. You can literally send him the list I had built out for you already and say, Marco, can you make me one of those flyers Mashika was talking about, and post it on your Facebook or your social media and have people reaching out to you. Right? Put your phone number on there and everything, email address, and have them reaching out to you. And next thing you know, you built the whole team in, you know, 24 to 48 hours with no work.
Absolutely. And the other thing, guys, it's a one-time investment for this. Like, so this flyer right here, the person who purchased it, this is like a 30, some flyers go 30, $50, right, a piece, but it's reusable. You can take every person out of that photo, put some new people in that you're trying to host at an event, retype over some of the text and re-edit. You can use the same flyer over and over, change the colors. I'm giving you something that's a tool for life when I give you the flyer already done, and I give you the file to go back and not even have to hire me ever again. That's the whole point of this, right? Investing one time so that then you can go ahead and invest in yourself. Some people, they'd rather just let me do it. And what I do, you know, with certain people, I do like a little subscription. Like, you know, you can bring me 10 of these for, you know, 10 months out of the year, and I will charge you a flat fee of this. And all I have to do is go in there and just put what you want me to put as far as keynotes, keywords, whatever. I go do it flat rate. And it's super cheap from what most people get surprised. That's all? That's all you're going to charge me? And their mouths drop, but it's because the work is already done. I already did all the work. Now I got to go and just edit. But some people like conveniency, right? Yeah. So that's what designers do. They create conveniency for the person who doesn't want to sit there and take time to do it. Marco, right? And that's not a bad thing. I'm gonna correct you. Some people really care about their time.
Designers don't do that. Marco does that, because I haven't met a designer who tells me that I don't have to come spend more money with them because they gave me a lifetime, you know, piece of advertisement that I can edit. I've never heard that a day in my life. Has anybody else heard that? Because I have not. And so, you know, that's just Marco for you, and he makes it so easy for you so that it is cost effective and you get so much value from it, right? $30 to $50 for this? Are you kidding me? Like, come on now.
Yeah. And you can edit the great thing is, the great thing too is it's that with these jobs you meet people. You know, like right here, I was able to put the flyer, not only put the flyer together, but have April host me as a guest, and I went up to the event, and man, did I meet some people. I mean, the connections I made up. I met some people that are billionaires. It's insane at that event. And it all because of just one flyer, which is crazy that something yields that much. You know, I ended up locking up two deals
while I was up there, and I'm closing on those deals on the 29th of this month, all because of this flyer.
Mm-hmm.
It's mind blowing when
Yep.
you really think about it. You know how a seed grows into a plant, and you really think about how that happened, that process. It's mind blowing.
I'm telling you.
But that's all it takes. You just plant the seed at first, and you watch your brand grow, and you just take it one step at a time. You don't gotta go full out. Some people do the logo first. The next thing they do is a month later or 6 months later, they work on a flyer, and then they work on a Instagram page, and then they want a landing page, right? Landing page is so cheap compared to what it used to be, because now you have sites that are automated for you to create it yourself, or you hire someone to do it for you, and it's so cheap because they're using platforms that already are automated and they know what they're doing. And so you feel like you don't, but you rather pay someone to do it, but it's not like an arm and a leg, because they're not making it from scratch, from the ground up, and making you this whole working website and that kind of thing.
Right.
So there's a lot of ways to brand out there these days. And if you're not in media, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, something, Twitter, and you're not branding yourself to get deals or to push deals, then you're going to have a hard time moving things. It's going to take you longer to build that list, like Mashik was saying, of buyers, of sellers, of attorneys. I mean, there's so many people in your list that you need to have. And marketing is really important. It's a serious expense. If you don't set yourself up to make it easier. Right? People rely on a realtor, right, to market their listing. I don't rely on just my realtor. I market my listing just as much as he does or more. What am I doing? I'm helping him or her. But at the end of the day, I'm helping myself, because if I leave it to the other person, you don't know how long they're going to take. You can't rely. You're only using them for one thing and one thing only. Faster process to get that deal off your hand, because you got two people moving that deal, not just one. You, the realtor, whoever else you want to market for you, whether that's a partner, you team up and you market that property. A lot of people, they list their property. The real estate would take care of that. He'll move it, he'll get it for me done, and that's it. They don't do anything else aside that. That's the wrong way of trying to get rid of a property. You need to get on it.
Yeah.
You can't rely on a person. Realtors, they're people like us. Just because they've been in the business 10 years. I'm a designer. There's people that come to me that have designs in their mind, and their ideas mind blow me. And I'm a designer, right? So it's just because I've been doing it for a decade doesn't mean that I'm going to know everything. And I'm going to do everything better than anybody. So, these are the things you need to think about when you're branding and marketing. Don't rely on just one person. Make sure that you're doing it yourself, or you're having your partner that you're going to deal with do it, and that sort of thing.
And just
to
piggyback on that, Marco, it makes it so much easier to get the word out, right? Back the older people say, word of mouth is king, right? If you get somebody to say something good about you and it goes to the little chain, right? People like to gossip, people like to tell your business. And so if you give them so that they can actually show somebody on their phone, right? Then you got them, right? It's something that they can literally click and pull up, right? You just send text messages out to everybody on your phone. You put it on Facebook. You send it through all the people in your messenger, and they have it, and they can continue to share it and share it and share it. It's like a never-ending domino effect, right? And so, this right here, as far as just that branding is concerned, and utilizing Marco's skills and knowledge helps you make your life so much easier, right? We only have so much time in a day. A lot of us got kids, spouses, we have full-time jobs, if you're working or whatever. We have, parents that we're taking care of. Our lives are full as it is. Why make it harder on yourself by trying to, you know, have do something or not put the necessary energy in it to get it done, instead of just taking the necessary time, making the investment, making the connections, and getting it done right the first time, getting something edible that you could do for time and time again, and you're done, right? And you have literally set your business apart and ahead of everybody else that you're connected to, unless you're getting around more people like us. And you're really, catching your business is catching the wind. And before you know it, you've built a portfolio, or you've done tons of wholesale deals. You got people bringing you deals. You don't even have to pay for marketing anymore. You just don't. You simply just use the tools that Marco gave you, and you're just set for life. Right?
All right. And just to be clear, guys, it doesn't have to be like me, right? For instance, you don't have to come to me for branding. It's something that you need to think about with whoever you have in mind that can get you that sort of marketing. If you know someone, you got someone in your mind, you got a close family member maybe that has this talent, or a friend, leverage them, bring some value to them, and have them return that talent as a value to you. You don't have to go completely out of your way to do business with someone that you don't know, right? But that's sometimes what you have to do, and you have to trust on that person's portfolio, the ratings and things like that sort.
That's right.
I don't mind people coming to me, but I ask them, make sure you look at my services, make sure you look at my ratings and everything. I want you to come into making work with me with confidence, because if I'm working with someone who's very hesitant on whether they really want to go forward with branding and things like that sort, it's because they're not sure. They're not sure whether they want to actually create a brand yet. And it's because they don't have confidence that their business is going to take off. That's really where that fear is coming.
Or if it's even necessary.
You can't block your mind. Yeah, you can't block your mind like that. You got to think your business is going to go, and it's going to move. It's going to go, 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 go.
Right.
You had to speak it into existence, or it's never going to happen.
I'm telling you.
It's never going to happen. And, Mashika, she's sometimes she blows me away with her hustle. She's persistent. She's persistent. She goes after, she does things, she talks to people. She's doing these YouTube 1 hour videos. A mom of kids. I got 4 kids. I understand how hard that is, and it's all about conditioning. Yeah, it's all about conditioning yourself. You got to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself,
who will?
That train ain't going nowhere.
I'm telling you.
That train is not going nowhere. You got to surround yourself with people that support your idea. Don't let anybody shut you down when you say, I want to brand my business. And they got brand? What do you think you're made out of? Money? Like,
you don't need
let
no
that
brand.
stop you. Like, you don't understand how many people I run into. Like, how expensive is it? It's not expensive if you just take the time to look for the right person. That's really what it takes. And sometimes it's funny because the person might be literally at your next Thanksgiving dinner, is your cousin, working through some stuff in school that he's learning things. Those sort of things. Now, with that being said, you guys can always reach out to me through Mashika. My information obviously is everywhere, pretty much, in the mentorship, if you're part of the mentorship. If you're not, just reach out to Mashika, and ask her what her experience is. How has it helped her? Has it made changes? Has she utilized everything? I can tell you this: Mashika has not even used half of the things that I've given her, because she's making a path, right? Little by little, I'm gonna start seeing, because I'm already seeing she's using all these different items, and eventually she's gonna start using all of them, right? Because it's a ladder. The marketing is a ladder. You got to start low and then work your way up.
Exactly, because you know it steps to success, right? And so, like I said, when I first met Marco, he had to plant that seed of branding. He had to plant that seed of just the business mindset and thinking long term. When I'm thinking logo, when I'm thinking of a name and that kind of thing, right? And so with that, he planted the seed, and like he said, you'll start seeing that tree grow. But I still have to consistently think about that thing and say, you know what, Mashika, every time you post on Facebook, you need to be posting something about door openers. Every time you post on Facebook or you talk about going live, you need to have your flyer posted as well. Things of that nature that we really don't think about. We pay the money for it. We get the materials and they just sit there and collect dust. Why? Because we're not actively thinking about it, and it all starts in the mind. And so even as I'm sitting here listening to Marco, I've been dealing with him for quite some time, but that doesn't mean I'm utilizing every single thing. And so I'm still getting little nuggets that he's giving me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm implementing that tomorrow. You know what? Bump tomorrow, tonight. After we get out this live, I'm going to be putting some stuff up. Why? Because it's that important to me to see my business go where I need it to go, to see my vision actually come to life, to get the deals that I'm looking for, to build that portfolio. It's that important to me. And when you make up your mind and say, you know what, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to spend whatever it takes. I'm going to meet whoever I need to meet. I'm going to go wherever I need to go. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to see this thing succeed. Then you're going to do it, right? But then it's not going to happen until you make up your mind. You take the time to make that conscious decision to commit to yourself first, right? Because you deserve the success. You deserve to see your business, take flight and be a servant in the community to help people, because that's what we're doing. We're helping sellers out of these situations. We're providing housing for people. We're providing travel accommodations. We're doing a lot just by having the idea of saying that I want to invest in real estate. But it doesn't stop at the idea. It starts there. You still have to put some action and some fire behind that to actually see it come to fruition. Because I always tell you guys, who are you? Who's waiting on you? And because you're not making up your mind to do what you need to do, or not receiving the benefits that you uniquely bring to them, right? Don't rob them of your gifts and of your skills and of your, abilities, because you want to sit down on yourself and not do what you need to do, like branding, not getting an LLC started, not networking, not using your voice in these platforms that we're gifted, and, putting yourself out there. Don't be that person, right? Take this what we're giving you. We're not saying you're going to be a branding master, overnight, but let the seed be there. Don't fight the seed. Put it in the ground, put some dirt over it, and water it every single day, right? And I'm big on accountability. So as I'm sitting here saying that, y'all need to be looking for my posts. If you ain't seen me post anything about door openers today, then y'all need to be virtually knocking on my door and saying, Mashika, I didn't see you post anything today, right? Because it's that serious, right?
Accountability. She just said it, so just spread it.
Yes.
But she's absolutely right. And as I'm talking, if you guys want to open the floor for questions, feel free, so that Mashika can let me know.
Yeah, but if you have questions, ask them in the chat. Marco, can you show us just a little bit more stuff, like some marketing materials, a video, a commercial? Show us some real cool stuff. Just blow our mind in the room, please. Like, show us what you're made of.
Well, I have an Instagram account, guys, and it's I can say it's relatively new because it hasn't really been a long time, probably like 1 year. Since I did Instagram, because I was doing everything through my Facebook business page, and the platforms, the freelance platforms that I use automatically bring in clients, right? I don't have to look for them. They come my way. And, these platforms take a percentage for that service. But I started to recently post stuff in my Instagram so that I can show just showcase a portfolio with the permission of the client too. It's not like I can just post anything I do. I have to have the client's permission. It is their logo. They are completely owned by this person, right? They have ownership rights and everything else that goes tied into that, right? Um, so um, when I give you the logo, normally a logo, so there's different types of packages that people ask. Sometimes they just want a plain logo, just the logo itself. They don't want an intro video or a banner or flyers or all these other things that go into that. And so I have different types of packages that people choose. And things that I do, I work across all types of platforms. Branding is everywhere. It's not just in business only. It's in media content. Whether that's I do things like game logos for gamers who stream themselves because they want to create an atmosphere when people come watch them do whatever it is that they're doing. Their stream looks appealing and the side chat is all cool looking and they got a cool looking logo and they got merch with that logo and that kind of stuff, right? So there's branding in all types of fields. It's not just business. This is a logo in Tampa, Florida that I did for a company, Versatile, and they also wanted the full package.
Hold on, Marco, go back. Show us the clipboard again. Show us that picture again.
The which one?
Go again.
That clipboard.
Hold
right
on,
here?
It's not on here yet. Yup, right there. Y'all see that? Like, imagine, can you see your logo on this stuff? Like the clipboard,
Yeah, this is the vision I give you, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure that when I give you a logo, I'm not just handing you a logo and then letting you figure it out how it's gonna look on things. I literally show you, hey, this is what your logo literally will look like if you put it on an envelope with your own eyes. You can see it. I'm giving you the vision of how you can brand your logo, how your office is gonna look with your logo in your paperwork, anywhere, right? In the back of your chair, behind you, on the white wall, or whatever it is, right? There's different types of level of business, right? Some people already have that type of, when newcomers, I understand that all this probably, when it comes to branding, and you're probably not thinking that far ahead, but that's okay. Because that logo that you originally got, you can use it for those things when you get there.
Right.
That's what a vector file is. A vector file of a logo is a professional logo that you can take to any printing company, and they can literally print your logo in literally almost every way possible. Whether you want to engrave it on a stone, you want to put it on a pencil or a pen or a cup or a flyer, doesn't matter. The vector file I give you is universal. It can be used anywhere. And this is something that, again, is provided in the designer world. Now, some don't, right? So you have to ask, so let me give you some tips, guys. This is something very important for branding. When you go ask for work, all right, of a designer, you want to make sure you ask specific questions. Is this logo going to have my ownership rights?
Yeah, write this down now. Write this down.
If it's not ownership rights, okay, does it have commercial use? Can I use this for commercial use in my business? If it doesn't have either one of those, don't buy the logo. Just don't.
Why,
You're wasting your money.
Why not to buy it if it don't have those things?
Because it's not yours. The designer of that logo can easily say, I don't want you using my logo for that. And that's it. You
After
can't
you're
use
gonna pay
it.
that money and everything, and it still ain't yours to use it how you want to use it.
Exactly. And you know what? Because a lot of people don't have this knowledge, they don't know. They don't know. I know I've seen, I don't wish this on anybody, but I've seen people 10 years into the business, gets slapped with a lawsuit from nowhere. Why? Because they were using a logo for branding, and the designer said, you can't use that logo for this business anymore. And they continued
Oh my
because they
goodness.
thought that logo belonged to them, and he proved them wrong, and he won that lawsuit.
Mm.
And those clients told me this story because they came to me afterwards to get a real logo with a real ownership contract that it was signed by me and them, saying, I give you all rights to this logo. This is yours. You do what you want with it.
Mm.
I got no part in this anymore.
All right.
Right? So those two things. Third, make sure you ask, does the logo come with a source file? A source file means that they're giving you the original work of where the logo was made so that you can in the future bring it to another designer or the same designer for them to re-edit or make adjustments to your logo. You want to make sure that you have this file, because if you don't, you can't do anything else to your logo. It will stay that way forever unless someone remakes it all over again for you, right? And most people don't want to touch that, because if they remake it, whose work are they remaking? They can't take that risk. That's copyright, right? So the other thing is, does it have a vector file? Vector file is the most important file for multi-purpose use. It's what you use for everything. And I provided Mashika with literally, she has like, when I handed a project over, I think she had over like 12, 15 different items that she had to go through in folders for this one specific project.
Sure.
And so it was a lot for her to take on at first. She's like, so where do I get, and I had to guide her through everything. And so, when you get when you're ordering just one logo and you get this big piles of files and things, and it's not like, I'm saying big, but in reality, it's like, a portion of your memory, like less than probably 1 gigabyte.
Yeah, it definitely don't take up a lot of space.
Yeah. But when you get in that type of load out of one simple logo, it means that the graphic designer is giving you most likely files that are needed for that logo. And so when you're handing over a file and you only get just one file and it's just a picture of your logo, you're not really getting anything there. That's not really what it's supposed to be like. They can't just send you a logo of your logo on a background and then that's it. That's your logo. That's not a logo, because guess what? Now you take that logo and you want to print it on a business card or a shirt or whatever. That logo is attached to that background. Whether it's a white or black background, it's just going to look like a white or black square wherever you put it. It's not transparent. You can't put it over anything. And that's another thing. When you're ordering a logo, make sure that they give you a transparent file, a PNG file, which typically the vector file ends up being, or you can, end up taking it from that. And what it is your logo able to be put over any background, because it doesn't have a background. So whatever you put it on becomes a background. If the white shirt is white and you put a black silhouette logo on the white shirt, then it's just going to look like the logo on the white shirt, not the logo on a white block background on a white shirt, which is completely different. So those are some things to look into. Remember, source file, vector file, commercial use, copyright, transparent file. These are the 5 main most important things of just the logo alone. We're not even going to get into anything else. Just the logo alone. Those 5 things you need to be looking out for when you are looking into branding. Was there any questions in the chat by any chance, Mashika?
No, they quiet tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're probably mind blown.
I'm telling you, like, first of all, what you say you do what now, and you giving me all this information behind it. This can't be real. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this. Yes, but show us some more stuff, Marco. You was gonna show it before I stopped you, and then I'm gonna show them what I got, what I came to you with, and you laughed at me, and then what you gave me when I first brought you door openers.
Got you.
So I'm gonna show them that.
Things that stick out too is little logo reveals. I made something like this for Mashika, and it was more of uh, a presentation that actually related across a message. They're called illustration videos, right? So it's a little bit different. It's almost like an intro and an illustration video combined in one. And I can technically show you guys if it allows me here.
And Marco, Summer has been loving on you on the chat since you first started showing work. So she just said, "I love your work, Marco."
Thank you so much. Let me see if I can find this, Mashika.
Okay. While you do that,
And,
I'm gonna go ahead and show them what I just said. Let me see this right quick. Entire screen. All right, so this is what I came to Marco with right here. Can y'all see this?
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Okay, cool.
I remember now.
And he laughed at me, y'all. He laughed at me, and he's like, "What?"
So, and and the thing is, it had nothing to do with the logo itself. It's just when I saw it, I'm thinking she's gonna bring me real estate. But when I took a moment look at it, it almost looked like something at a church event. Like it was just like a churchy vibe. All of a sudden, I was just like, "Wait, is that your real estate?" And I was like, "Oh," so I kind of like was a little bit thrown off.
The program.
And I remember that. And it was so funny because we ended up going with a different type of vibe on that logo.
Yes.
And we definitely related. And she did go with something a little. We went with something really simple, right? And it was the fact that why don't we do the letter D for doors be the main idea of the logo for you, and go from there. And so, as you guys saw, she has the I think she showed the logo in that one. Well, I can bring it up again, Mashika, if you want. Let me bring it up again so that they can see what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, because it's not. Let me do it.
So this is essentially what we decided to come up with, and that's the letter D turned into a house. It speaks real estate already, and then the door opening to that house within, and that definitely speaks door openers. Yes. Where it ties everything together, and it's something simple. It is not out there, right? But it gets the message across. It relates to the title of the company. Now she can brand this all kinds of ways, and I did all types of different styles of that same design for her, so that she has variations and she can go different routes with the logo, from a 3D aspect to a flat aspect to a different color, and that kind of thing. The other thing I wanted to bring up here was also, where is it?
Summer, yes, it was cute, girl.
Let me see where that thing go. Am I allowed to? Is it good? Would it allow me to play
Play sound.
videos?
Yeah,
Or play a video?
it should let it. As long as it don't echo, I don't think it will.
So I'm wondering what screen it would use for.
You
Would
probably
it be?
gotta
It's
mute.
probably. Would it be our main screen that it would use if I bring this video up?
Yeah.
Nope. No, it won't
No.
use the main screen. Yeah, it won't let me share the video itself
Mm-hmm.
per se, because I got the window open,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not letting me pick the actual video.
Just the video by itself. Like just a tab is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, you know the one that I made for you for collabs, and it has that presentation. I don't know if you still got that video.
I do. I just don't know where is it, unless it's just on Fiverr or in an email.
I mean, the only thing I can do here, Mishika, is because you don't know where it is, right? That's the only thing that's so what I can do is I can literally just
send it to me.
go ahead and send it to you right now, and then see if you can pull it up on your end.
You send it on
And,
an email.
Yeah, I'm gonna send an email right now.
All right.
It's all right. It's sent. So just give it a minute. But sometimes you can mark it with just a video, and the video has words. You don't even have to have it have sound if you don't want to, or you can have some, light music in the background. But this video, really what it did for Mashika is it provided almost an advertising meant or for her wherever she decides to use it or post it at. And it was for her first logo, which was collabs,
Mm-hmm.
right? Collabs.
I think I got it, but let me see if I can put it on.
Does it allow you to share? I heard it.
Yeah,
it looks like it came through on your end.
Let me see if I can do it on Google Meet, because I might just gotta share it on StreamYard. Entire screen.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me, for whatever reason, it wouldn't let me share
I guess
MP4.
Window. Hold on. Window. It's fine, bro. I don't even come up as it. But let me try to share my entire screen and see.
Oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Let me make sure it's on YouTube. Okay, I think I can see it. So let me make it big.
And they're probably going to see it in slow motion because of the frames per second and stuff like that. So they won't see how it actually really looks as far as like smoothness. But
okay,
they'll get the idea of what I mean by a video that speaks on your behalf, that you can, once you have it one time, you can just use it over and over, and you can put it anywhere to send a message across to whoever it is that you're trying to reach.
So do you want me to play the whole thing or no?
Yeah, what?
You want me to play the whole thing or no? And I feel like it's blacked out on this thing. Hold on.
I don't think it played all the way. I think you paused it.
Yeah, I paused it. Let me do this right here. Stop screen. And I'm gonna share it again.
Another thing that that you guys want to keep a thought of is when you're marketing,
you can leverage services, right? Because what you're going to run into is like, oh man, I really like your design and your logo and your business card. Would you get this done? And you're creating networking already with companies, right? So if you got this business cards done at a certain place, oh, I got it done here and so, and Jamie, hooked me up with my business card. You're creating now referrals, right? And you can leverage that service. You can leverage those type of things, um, and build, you know, something that you didn't think you can build something out of. This is how I use my realtors. My realtors, they come to me and they say, hey, I need, a banner or this for a quick open house. And I'm like, I got you. What do they bring me in return? Off market listing. The best value you can get out of a realtor. There's no price to those lists. They can ask me to make them 100 banners and I just crack them out for one deal, because one deal will pay that 100,000 times fold. Like,
yeah, for real.
These are the types of things, right? And if you're someone in the chat who has a talent for spreading news and marketing, something specific, and you can find a way to creatively create something that is appealing for someone to market, and you want to do it in the real estate world so that can fund your real estate push into deals. Because believe it or not, you get into real estate deals doing these type of things. You meet people, right? You're thinking, but I'm doing wholesale. Okay, well, if you're a wholesale and you're a designer, guess what? If you're helping other people design, you're going to run into wholesale deals more than you trying to going out for them. They'll probably be coming to you, and you're coming across deals. There's so much, there's a train effect, right? A domino effect to that. If you go down that rabbit hole. And I think all you know what I'm talking about, right? When I'm talking about when you get into something, other things come your way. So if there's someone in the chat that has marketing abilities, you feel like you're a good person that sells people on something, whether that's D-box seat, you selling people on D-box seat at the movie theaters, and you telling them how good it is and this and that, and you're selling them on the idea, it's because you're good at painting a picture, and that's what a marketer does. He paints a picture. So take that skill level and then apply it to something in the real estate world, since you're already in there, and help someone, right? If you're a wholesaler and you're not really getting anything, you're running into a wall, because I understand what that business is. Go find someone that you can help with something else that you can do, whether that's taking a wholesale deal that they already have and marketing it in it for them. Whether that's free at the beginning, that's okay. You're learning, right? They're teaching you in return for you marketing. They're teaching you something about that deal, something you didn't know. Maybe you can ask them, hey, how'd you came about it? Like, how'd you construct it? How'd you talk to the seller? And in the meantime, you're marketing it for them. That's your payment in return. And then when you realize the second time you do it, he's giving you $1,000 or he's giving you $2,000 or whatever the case is, guys. You don't have to go for the deal yourself. Sometimes you can sit back and be in my mentorship. Mashika and I have learned go-givers get 10 times fold. They get back what they gave out, so much more. And there's so many people that I have helped in the mentorship with giveaways of professional bundle packs of pro logos. Nothing out of their pockets. They didn't have to spend nothing. I did everything for free. And the value that I got from that was a lot bigger. And this was in the real estate business, the investor side of things. Just because you are on your mindset of wholesaling, and this is the only thing that you feel like you can do because you're new and people are telling you that that's the only way to get into real estate, it's not. It's just one tool. One tool. And I think Mashika has gone over maybe other tools as well when it comes to real estate. And she's bringing this to you guys too, because marketing and branding is a huge tool. It's a huge tool. Real estate investors, they would not make money if they didn't know how to do this. They will be broke. They will be getting a license for no reason because they need to learn how to brand and market your property. And they didn't go to school for that. They just went to get the license. They didn't go to school for marketing and branding. Most real estate agents, sometimes they do it to get the license. You know, they want something on the side while they have a W-2, you know. So that's why you have really, really good agents. And that's why you have some really, really bad agents. And it's because they never understood the power of marketing and branding a property. All they told you is they painted a picture. Oh, I can sell your property for $500,000. That's easy. You're locked in them for like 6 months. Your property is still not sold, and you wasted your time. You know, so think about these things. You know, when you get a wholesale deal or you get a property in your hands, when you dispo that property, think about marketing and think about branding and think about the person that you're going to rely on. Can they deliver that? If not, find someone else. It's not worth giving it to the one person you think can do it just because they say it, but you don't see it. You know, a realtor has a portfolio. You're able to look at that portfolio without disrespecting that person. I want to see what you've done. They're not going to take offense to that. The ones that do, it's because they don't want to show you.
Well, they ain't got nothing to show.
And they got nothing to show.
Yes.
So, with that being said, Mashika, I'll let you wrap it up.
All right.
Thank you so much, everybody, for staying around and hearing the power of marketing.
Thank you, Marco.
There's a lot more we can go into.
Yes.
But, you know, keep it short and sweet and concise. You don't want to go too much into things.
Exactly. I think they got enough. Like, they're full now, Marco. Like, just a tidbit on what you should ask your designer for, right? Making sure you have those 4 key points when it comes to your logo is enough, right? That's money right there on the table, because you're helping them save money and protect their investment, and that's a big deal. So we appreciate you, Marco, for coming out and taking the time to, you know, teach us about branding and, you know, teach us what you're offering us so that we can, you know, take our business to new heights and actually, you know, when we show up in the world, we're showing up, you know, the right way, and so that somebody can actually see us and not look past us to the next person who is showing up in the right fashion. So thank you, Marco.
Absolutely. And if anybody, again, wants to reach out for any questions privately or whatever, just grab my information. You know, Mashika has that info. She'll be more than happy to give it to you guys. You can reach out and just let me know, hey, Mashika, you know, gave me your information. I had a question for you. And then I know I'm helping someone that gave me value, you know, in things, and I gave her value in things. And, you know, I can go ahead and provide that value to that person as well, that individual. And even if you didn't say, I probably would just treat you the same anyways. It doesn't make a difference. But but it lets me know, you know, where your mindset is, right? Because Mashika Group, they're in a mindset where they want to get somewhere. They want to go places. You know, that's why you're here. You're here to have people motivate the inspirations you got working in your mind already, the ideas. And sometimes you'd be surprised what one thing can lead into. So thanks so much for having me. Maybe to the next one, we'll work on something else that, you know, they can come and learn from me, whether that's breaking down a deal with a deal calculator,
or talking about how to get a private lender and catch a private lender.
You know, those sort of things. That's what we're here for.
Yes.
And we got some more stuff coming, so we'll be in touch.
Yeah, and Marco is in Florida. What city again, Marco?
I'm in Central Florida, Lakeland, Florida, which is the dead center of Tampa and Orlando. They're both 45 minutes away.
Okay, so if you have deals in Florida, he's definitely a buyer. He definitely knows how to wholesale. If you have questions, if you're in the Florida market and you just want to meet up with him, like he's down for going out, catching a bite to eat, answering any questions you may have as a newbie. Like he's a real cool cat. So if you're in Florida and you want to just rub shoulders with somebody who knows what they're doing and actually making things happen in the real estate industry, then Marco is definitely the guy. All right.
Absolutely. I welcome the invite. Just let me know. I'm very versatile in Florida. I can take a much higher risk tolerance in my own backyard with deals, whether that's JVing on a deal, private lending on a deal, buying the deal, helping you get to the finish line on a deal. Sometimes if it's not for me, most times, guys, I find a person for you. I don't even leave you hanging anyways. Because at the end of the day, that person I just helped get you to them is going to help me down the road.
Exactly.
See, that's how it works. That's how it works. So even though I might not get anything of me handing you somewhere, I help someone and that person is going to help me down the road. I help actually two people, you and that person, right? So you're both going to then remember that. And that resonates with people. When you help someone, that person, typically, it resonates with them, right? And they keep that and they remember that.
Yeah.
That's for me. I mean, I can't say for every individual. Right. Everybody's different.
But for Marco,
most times, in the normal world, they appreciate that.
Absolutely. So Marco, again, thank you. I'm gonna roll this video because I figured out it kept blurring out for some reason. I don't know what was going on.
Oh, it's working now?
Yeah. So again, this was because it was this gray mask. I don't know, but this was what I came to Marco with right here. And this is what he gave me, right? And it speaks everything that I'm trying to, pitch, right? Door openers, not an open door, but door openers and making the impossible possible one door at a time, right? That ties my whole thing in. I would have never thought of this. Like he gave me that, right? And then for the video right here.
It's still nice? It's lagging still because it's of the stream, but
is it? Yeah, I mean the lag is terrible.
It plays smooth. It plays smooth when you're playing it from your own thing, but it's all about it's just the stream frame per second kind of thing. But
okay, I might just drop it in. I'll drop it in our Facebook group and they can see it then.
They definitely get the idea. It's called an illustration video. It's marketing, but
yeah,
almost like what you see in commercials, This is essentially the same thing.
Absolutely. Am I still sharing my screen?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay. And then hold on, let me just end it there. Because I wanted to show them one last thing about the materials. Let's see, pictures. Oh no, downloads. I think when I first showed them this, it was very janky. Let's see.
Oh, you know what?
What is it?
one thing that I was gonna um, say too is being able to um, being able to see your logo also on merch items. You know,
Yeah,
and
like,
you can
cause do you
yeah
have my folder up? Can you just run
yeah
through it
yeah.
real quick?
I got this one up
Just,
that you can
just show them everything you did for me for door openers, if you don't mind.
let me close these out and then close these out. Where'd that photo go? Right here, right? And then I can. So this is like I was able to show her like in her office with her coffee cup
Hold
mug
on,
and her shirt on with the logo.
let me pin it.
Um,
Like
I give
that.
you they're called stationary files, right? So they're realistic live photos and gives you a real idea of what you can do with with the with the shirts or whatnot. And I do it for all kinds of things too. Like I had given her different different poses. So the a lot of different stationery files. You can see it in a business card, a shirt, a cup, a pen, paperwork,
Yeah.
all that kind of thing,
Mhm.
and let you really see the logo in real life,
Mhm.
right? Because it's like taking a photo from your phone.
Mhm.
You're there. You could have been. So it allows you to really see your logo um, on actual
Mhm.
product. And the thing is, these are the type of things. One free thing, like whether that's a pen, like you went and bought. You know how cheap it is to get pens with your logo on it. It's super cheap
Mhm.
compared to some other things, right? And just being able to have like a network event at like let's say whatever, and you're giving out these pens as a thank you for coming to my event. That pen is powerful because it has your logo, your phone number, your fax number, your email. Like you have no idea what you can do for marketing with just a pen,
Mhm.
right?
And people steal
Uh,
pens all the time, so you shouldn't have a
they
problem giving
when you
nobody a
go into a
pen.
real estate office or a bank, what's the first thing you see on their desk? Pens with their logo on it. You see
Mhm.
the business card of the agent or whatever with their company logo on it. It's branding because when that person walks out of that office, the first thing that they here, take a business card, and the pen that they signed the contract with. Most times, people are just gonna walk away with it, and he's okay with it. He's
Yes.
not gonna, you'll put my pen back in the no, he's gonna let you take that pen with you because it has marketing. He's not
Yeah.
gonna care.
Absolutely.
It's funny though, people are like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to steal your pencil. The pencil was meant to be stolen.
Absolutely.
But yeah, um,
What else you got,
that's
Marco?
that's about all I can give you guys.
Okay.
Nashika, she can probably end up showing you all kinds of things. She still has access to all her things, and
Mhm.
she'll probably, you guys are following her on her Facebook. She's going to probably start using these things. So you're gonna be like, oh, where'd she get that from? Most likely, you already know it's gonna be probably from me. And if it's not, she's gonna tell you.
It's gonna be from
Um,
him, y'all. I don't even know why he acting like that. It's all Marco. Anything I see as far as the visual is concerned is him. And we're I feel like I'm in backlog because every time I turn around, I know I'm calling Marco like Marco, I need this, I need that. So in the next couple of months, like once I get back right, listen, the phone is gonna be blowed up because I'm gonna need it. And he makes sure.
I remember too when we first did the first logo, I was able to drop some nuggets on like different types of services that you
Yes.
didn't know were available for merch. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
I taught Mashika you don't want to buy shirts for your business because of the expense, that's okay. I know websites where you can put your logo on the shirt and the client can buy it directly from the business. The business takes care of handling, shipping, returns, reviews, whatever. You're just getting a cut out of that merch being sold, and it's passive income.
Absolutely.
And for a business like Pace, like my mentor, he has this, right? He makes passive income from these hats and shirts and stuff. Why? Because he's a leader. And when you become a business owner, guys, remember your business brand, people are eventually going to want to be a part of it if you're doing something in the real estate world and you want people to follow you. And those people that want to follow you, they're going to want to wear your brand because they want to feel part of that community, right? When people see my hat, oh, you would Pace? People already asked me at the network, man, are you going to the mastermind with Pace? I see you're a substitute student. They already know I'm marketing for him, but at the same time, I'm making myself look good because they know who my mentor is. So they know where I stand in the real estate world. Absolutely. And so you just gotta, sell that vibe, market that vibe.
Now on the stuff on his YouTube channel, Marco, have you did most of his like visual stuff, like his header, his whatever it's called, the thing on the background, like his thumbnails and all that? Is that majority of you, or is it like
so Pace has a team of designers, right? He has a crew of video takers, and he literally did a video just not too long ago of his entire property that he's in right now. And he went in the studio and he showed it was like a 45-minute video, like everything he has, right? And the equipment that he has. He didn't really show the employees behind those cameras and those things, but he has a big team. But sometimes even Pace has to extend branding or graphic design work outside of his team, and hire someone. He's had several of his employees reach out to me for graphic work, and I'm a student.
Right.
But that's his advantage, right? I am part of his mentorship. He has services at his disposal, right? And it is amazing to be able to be asked, can you come work, in graphic from someone that is at that level of business? I'm telling you. So I look forward, obviously. Pace and I, most likely, we're going to do something big. I told Pace in a private Instagram post or DM, man, I would love to go ahead and start some NFTs for our community where you can have your NFT thing going on and get into this crypto hype and, take off with that, because real estate is heading that way. It's heading down the path of title companies having houses, real assets in NFT titles for transactions. So in a real world, if I wanted to buy your house, Mashika, I have to go through closing, this and that, typically closing a house in about 30 days, right? That's like the norm, or a little bit longer. But here in a couple of years, I would say 2 years, I wouldn't even say that long, you're going to be able to buy a house through a blockchain digitally, and you can sell that same house 10 times that same day. No closing time needed. There's going to be fast transaction. It's going to completely change the real estate world. And wholesalers need to adapt, right? This is why the wholesale mindset is one entry into the real estate world, guys.
It's just the foundation.
Do not just rely on it. There are so many things coming that are changing. Real estate is actually putting regulations on wholesalers, and you've heard, you've heard the news, Mashika, probably already. And you have to have other ways of being creative and getting deals. So keep that in mind. Now, we're going to stop talking, Mashika.
We're going to stop.
You know how I just keep talking, you know. So,
But it's all good. Like if you didn't get any value tonight, then I just don't know what's wrong. I'm so sorry for that. We just need to have a conversation offline because he was dropping nuggets after nugget after nugget, and I feel like I have more work to do just off this conversation, Marco. So thank you.
you're welcome.
So
You're
yes.
welcome.
So if nobody has any questions and our hearts and minds are clear, we're gonna go ahead and pray it out, and then that's gonna be a wrap. That's gonna be a wrap.
Awesome. You guys have a safe Good Friday. Happy Easter. Enjoy family time.
Yes.
And yeah, well, to next week will be a new start.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Marco. You enjoy your night and kiss that baby for me.
I sure will.
All right.
Peace. Bye.
Bye. All right. So we good on that. So let's go ahead and pray out. And then was that good for y'all? Like, let me know. Grandma said she got some value. Some have been blowing up the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I really do appreciate you guys as always. So let's pray it out and we'll go from there. I'll let you guys go. So, Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity to be here again and close the call at one more time, Lord God. Thank you for blessing us with Marco and bless me with the connection of him or somebody who truly cares about your vision and seeing you succeed, Lord God. Thank you for allowing him to be able to show up here tonight and give the value that he did, Lord God. And I ask you to bless him for his willingness and his obedience, Lord God. I thank you for everyone is here tonight under the sound of my voice, and I ask that you speak to the person who may be thinking like I can't afford that, or I don't need that, or I feel like I'm not ready for that, or I feel like I don't have the confidence for them. I ask that you provide the resources for them, Lord God, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or physical, financial resources for them to be able to take hold of the kingdom resources that you have available to their disposal, Lord God. And I ask that you work in their minds and you fertilize the seeds that Marco planted tonight, Lord God, so that they can start taking hold of a business mindset and really appreciate the branding aspect of their business, Lord God, so that you can have them reach the people that you need them to reach, Lord God, so that they can receive the abundance and the glory that you can receive the glory for everything that they're doing. They can receive the abundance and blessings attached to everything that they touch, Lord God. And for that, everything that they touch with their hands, Lord God, it shall prosper. Just for them being obedient and committing to what you would have them commit to, Lord God. And I thank you for everything that's going to come out of this group. I thank you for everything that you're doing, Lord God. And I just thank you for all the connections that I have that are truly help, set this thing ablaze in such a way that we are no longer looking back to what we came from, but we're only looking for an expectation of everything that you're going to do for us, Lord God. So thank you for everything that you have stored up for us and ready for releasement, Lord God. Once we do everything that we need to do in order to see the vision that you gave us come to life, Lord God. So thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for everyone that's here under the sound of my voice. And I ask that you continue to give them the value, the encouragement, the inspiration that they need through me, Lord God, and the education and knowledge so that they can apply it, Lord God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen. Yes, Grandma, it was. We're gonna have to get him to do your like a rebrand for your book. So do a video, probably a new cover, something eye catching or whatnot. Put you together a website, just educate you on branding for your book. So let me know if you're interested, and I'll connect you for sure, Grandma. Cause it's time, y'all. Brandon is everything. He said that, so we gotta take it serious, and we gotta do what we need to do so that we can be out there and be bold and bright, and just really set the world on fire with everything we have. All right. So thank you guys for attending tonight. I really appreciate you. Hope you guys have had a wonderful day. Have an even better night and a better day tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow. So good night, you guys. May you all continue to be blessed, and we will see you again tomorrow.